right, good morning, everybody. Woke up this morning with my mind set on spirit. Woke up this morning with my mind set on spirit. There we go, lights up. Woke up this morning with my mind set up, set on spirit. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Walking and talking with my mind set on spirit. Walking and talking with my mind set on spirit. Walking and talking with my mind set on spirit. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Hey, say hello to somebody around you. Good morning, everyone. You know, I have to say this out loud. Did the second coming happen this morning? Like the second coming of Christ? Because my mother's at the first service. Either hell froze over or the second coming or something to get my mother at the first service. I look over, I'm like, what the hell is that? I guess she's been out partying at Coachella or something. Are you okay? No, normally she's at the second service, you know. Normally it's like, okay, mom's like here, she's there, second service. I look, anyway, you had to be there. Okay, good morning, everybody. How are you this morning? Good. Yeah, really. All right, do we have a video? We do not have a video. So we're going to talk about our announcements manually. Laura, you get to do that. Now I'm going to go to the back now. Yay!
Good morning. It's so good to see you again. How's everyone? Great. Remember, if you signed your membership card, make sure you get your name tag out there. You can use it for classes and on Sunday, and get to know the people around you, because you'll now know their names. Anyway, April is Bring a Friend Month.
Have your attention, please, for the announcements of what's going on at the center this week. April is Bring a Friend Month. If your life has been changed, why not invite a friend to join you on Sunday who is looking to change their life? Dr. Joe will be having a class the first Wednesday in May to go deeper into our philosophy and the spiritual principles our center teaches, especially for our new friends. It's time for pet ministry, so join us on the patio for pet adoptions and a bake sale. Dogs, of course, are for adoption and fostering. It's Wednesday, and it's time for a midweek faith lift. Join Michael Kukuru Wednesday, April 18th from 6:30 to 7:30 as he explores a topic, the music of ministry. That's Wednesday, April 18th from 6:30 to 7:30 p.m. Francine Ward returns with Estimable Acts Seminar. This is an 8-session program, and her next session is April 22nd from 1 p.m. to 2:30. Again, join Francine. Make sure to pick up a flyer for more information or call the office. Rainbow Alliance presents Sunset Covered Wagon Tour, Sunday, April 29th at 5:30 p.m. Its all-inclusive price is only $75. It includes a 2-hour naturalist guide covered wagon tour, a hearty chuck wagon barbecue dinner and beverages, live entertainment, and of course, marshmallows roasted over an open campfire. Pick up a flyer for more information and sign up at the Rainbow Alliance table today. Close your eyes, take a nice deep breath, as Sue Powell, a certified Chopra Institute instructor, will guide you gently through a 30-minute meditation. Her guided meditation is getting rave reviews. Join Sue Thursday, April 26th, beginning at 5:30. Then make sure to mark your calendars in May as she offers her expertise the second Thursday of each month beginning in May. This class is a love offering. For more information, please refer to this week's bulletin.
They're going to have a great time. They're going to have a barbecue, and they're going to roast marshmallows around the fire. Maybe they'll even do some campfire songs. I don't know, but it sounds wonderful. So sign up over with the Rainbow Alliance over at their table. In May, Dr. Joe will be doing a mini class on what is the science of mind, and that will be May 2nd. And that's especially for anybody who's kind of new and they don't really understand what our teaching's about or where it came from. Dr. Joe will be doing this class, so make sure you go to that. And we're doing Share a Ride. So if you are looking to maybe help somebody drive here or, carpool with somebody, there's a sign-up sheet out there, and go ahead and sign up for that, and we'll kind of connect you and get you in touch with each other. And I think that's it. So it was great being here. I'm going to be gone for the next 2 weeks. I'm going to Brazil to see John of God. So I'm really excited about that. So anyway, I'm going to turn this over to Jerry Lynn. We have our great ensemble today. So Jerry Lynn.
Real quickly, too, I'd like to make a quick announcement, and that is I need my guy who speaks really fast, but I'm really slow. I'm sorry. So you might have noticed the shirt out on the table when you came in today. I stand for peace. The song we did during pre-service, that's a song I wrote for, encouraged by Reverend Laura for the National Day of Prayer. And I have been speaking with my friends all over the world that I'm associated with musically, and we have decided to do a video. It's kind of on the premise of Playing for Change. I don't know if you've seen that or not, where you see people from all over the world are singing the same song together. We're going to take my song, I Stand for Peace, we're going to record it here. We're going to do a video here, and we're going to invite whoever wants to come and sing it with us. Today I have the t-shirts we'll be wearing for the video and the CD so that you can learn it. The words are in it and everything. And we'll let you know by next Sunday. We're going to probably film it between services. So if you're in the first service and you want to stay and sing and be on camera with us, or if you're coming in the second service, you can also. So that's what we're doing. We're going to stand for peace all over the world, joined by friends all over the globe. Right now we have Japan, we have Turkey, we have Germany, we have France, we have Switzerland, we have all kinds of little countries. I don't even know where they are on the map, but I'm sure together we're all going to stand for peace. So please stop by the table and see me today. Yay. Right now, though, we're going to feature the fabulous Michael over here. Michael Hadley is going to do a song for you called Forever Young.
May the good Lord be with you down every road you roam. And may sunshine and happiness surround you when you're far from home. And may you grow to be proud, dignified and true. And do unto others as you have done
All right, Michael. Good job, Michael. Just thinking, never mind. My aunt has this thing about forever young. She wants to look forever young in her pictures. So whenever you stand next to her during a picture, you have to grab the back of her neck and pull. So she looks forever young in her picture. That not my mother, of course, but my aunt. Good morning, everybody. How are you this morning? Good? You ready to do some little spiritual work today? I am. Oh, keep that up, William. Let's say our mission statement together, because that always moves us right into our meditation. So together, please. We are a dynamic, open, and positive, faith-filled community that accepts all religions. Our mission is to awaken you to your divine nature, empowering you to create the life of your dreams. We are changing lives, one heart at a time. Let's close our eyes, take a deep breath in. One more. Let's take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, let's just slow our minds down. Let's not be concerned with trying to figure out anything or find answers. Just move into the nothingness, yet the everything in this moment, which means just allow yourself to be fully present. Not worried about anything in the past or the present or the future, but just your breath. Concentrate on your breathing, the rise and fall of your chest. Take another deep breath in. Exhale out. We can change the world, one heart at a time. We can change the world, one heart at a time. I see you, I know you, you're a part of me. We can change the world, one heart at a time. We can change the world, one heart at a time. I see you, I know you, you're a part of me. My heart is open to love. My heart is ready for love. We can change the world, one heart at a time. We can change the world, one heart at a time.
And so we can, and we do, and we know in this incredible season, the springtime of the year, it's impossible not to recognize an eternal presence, that which is ever present and ongoing, omniscient, omnipotent, a life force that permeates the entire cosmos, is the source of all beingness that shows itself everywhere in this life. And as the only life there is, it is our life. Our nature and God's nature are the same. For God desires to express itself through each one of us. And as that eternal presence, it is always within us, moving through us, and showing us itself in everything in our lives. And so as that one life, a life that is ongoing forever and ever, as our life, we can never grow old. And when we identify with our divine nature, that authentic self that we are, we continue to progress and move forward. For we know that age is an illusion, and that any limitation that we place on our life is a misperception. For one with spirit, we are eternally young, and we are spiritually maturing. That we are living and learning, that we are loving and growing into a richer and riper manifestation of harmony and beauty. And so we make this journey, this endless journey, knowing that we have everything that we need, and we move in faith and confidence, knowing it is good and very good. And in gratitude for that knowingness, I release the words of this prayer to that law, knowing that it becomes our truth as we believe it. And I open up to the next wonderful moment, seeing each and every one of us as that joy-filled, eternal spirit that we are. So I invite you to claim these words with me as I affirm them now, saying together, and so it is. Amen.
We can change the world one heart at a time. We can change the world one heart at a time. I see you, I know you. You're a part of me. We can change the world one heart at a time. And we can change the world one heart at a time.
Take a deep breath in. This morning we're going to sing the peace song right now. So as we sing it very slowly and meditatively, I want you to just listen to the very words that you're speaking as if they are your prayer for the entire world.
May God bless and keep you always. May your wishes all come true. May you always do for others what others do for you. May you build a ladder to the stars, climb on every rung. May you stay forever young. May you grow up to be righteous. May you grow up to be true. May you always know the truth. See the light surrounding you. May you always be courageous. May you always be strong, and may you stay forever young.
Thank you, Jerry Lynn. Let's hear it for this band and these singers. All right. So today my talk title is, How Old Are You? Anybody want to share? How old are you? So, you know what's interesting? I was thinking, when I was thinking about this talk, how old are we? But really, how old are we? Now, hang on. If we created a calendar and days, we even created numbers, right? You know, the universe, God didn't say, 1 is the beginning, right? 2 is the next one. 3 is the next one. No, we created all of this system. If you think about it, how old are we? We just made up a number. It's just made up. It's something we believe to be fact out of numbers. I know this sounds really esoteric, really wavy. Okay, but just hang with me. We really aren't a number because we created it. We're just here, right? Now, that doesn't make your hip feel any better, right? Or your pacemaker, but at least let's just start thinking about this. This is where we're going. I have different affirmations all throughout the day, so let's just lead together. Here we go. This is my eternal moment of revitalization, renewal, and remembrance. This is the moment I know myself as the radiant expression of universal wholeness. Wow. Can you buy that? Today is a day to revitalize, to be radiant, for renewal, and to actually say to myself, I am part of that individual expression. There can never come a time when we shall stop progressing. Age is an illusion, limitation, a mistake, and unhappiness is ignorance. This is a quote from Dr. Holmes. Dr. Holmes said this: there can never come a time when we shall stop progressing. We're always progressing. Now, I know some people are like, how can age be an illusion when all of this stuff is happening in my body? Anybody? Anybody have it? And nobody here has any conditions, right? Special needs things because you're older? No? Oh, well, good, then I'm talking to the wrong crowd. But if you do, if you feel like sometimes age is kind of like Dr. Tom said, age used to be your cage. If age has become your cage, who created that? Who created that image, that understanding, that acceptance? I know a lot of people that, in fact, the person who helped write this talk today, write the outline for the CSL, her name is Dr. Sue Rubin. She's 90 years old, and when you look at her, she has got this energy and this enthusiasm, and she is just, and then I think of Dr. Tom dancing up here when he was well into his 80s, and, so how come some people have it and some people don't? What's the mindset that creates that? It's our mindset that creates the limitation. It's our mindset that creates the unhappiness. So if it's our mindset that creates those things, it can be our mindset to recreate what we're doing. Does that make sense? Because the very mind that creates something is the same mind that has to learn to recreate a condition. In truth, there is no beginning or end, for there was never a commencement of life in the eternal, and there will never be an ending. And age is one's measure of period of experience. Ooh, some of you are really experienced. Yeah, I like that. But there's no beginning, no ending. Think about this. This is just a temporary stop on something that we really don't even know how to define. Think about it. This earthly experience, this skin suit that you wear, is literally just some sort of a layover. A long one, but a layover nonetheless. We're just laying over here in this earthly body for a while. Because there really was, that before you were you were something else. You were an idea in the mind of God. You were an energy. You were that idea. And after you leave here, you still remain an energy. We don't know what happens to it. But this is just like your human layover. Explain it to people. Say, honey, you're just on a layover. It's going to be okay. The travel continues later on. So there is no beginning, no ending. We're just kind of in process. Life cannot grow old. God in us, through us, and as us can only express what? Perfection. Now, now, if you're like me right now, I'm thinking, my foot hurts. Where's the perfection in that, right? I'm aching here, or I've got this going on here. I have like these little things going on in my body. But at the end of the day, there is this perfection that's always making itself known. And here's where it starts. Let's just start somewhere. If you think about taking in a breath, just take in a breath, and now exhale. That's the beginning of the process of perfection. And think about, I'm not a medical student or a doctor, but think about if you were to take what happens the moment you inhale that breath and what happens throughout your body as it begins to do what the body does. Now, granted, not everything may be working at 150%, but most things are working because you still have a pulse and you're here. So if that's the case, there is a perfection still circulating within your body. Now, the outside appearance of things may be somewhat different, but the internal, there is a perfection working. And it starts with the first time you take in a breath, and it continues as that breath breathes life into you. Does this make sense? Amen. Keep going. Here we go. I dedicate my life from this moment forward to deepening my embodiment of the changeless love, creativity, spiritual authority, and generosity which naturally flows inward, upward, and outward by means of me. I like this. What's going to end up at the very end of this talk is you're going to see a prayer, and we're actually going through the phases of this prayer in your affirmation. So let's unpack this. What would happen if from this moment on, you dedicated your life? Now, that's a pretty deep concept, but you dedicated your life to deepening your understanding of the qualities of love, creativity, spiritual authority, and generosity. What if you established within your mind today a new mindset, taking those 4 attributes and saying, my life is going to be based on these 4 things, and you actively pursued opportunities and mindsets that supported that? Imagine you would feel less old if you were pursuing the idea of this changeless love and creativity. If you were pursuing it. Now, the reason I say one has to pursue it is because if you don't actively do something, it dies within you. It goes dormant. So you have to wake it up. Some of us need something to wake us up. Does that make sense? We get bored. How many times can you watch Jeopardy? Wheel of Fortune, right? Sometimes we have to shake things up a little bit, put ourselves in different situations, allow ourselves to be creative and be loving and be honest with our spiritual authority about this is mine. No one can take that away. Nothing that a doctor has on a piece of paper can take you away from you. Think about that. The life we humanly express and experience in each and every moment is the life of God. As we honestly and deeply perceive, believe, and know ourselves to be or not to be. Give me an ooh. Thank you. Somebody. Mom, this is the 9 o'clock service. Sometimes they're a little slow on the... never mind. I can't believe she's at a 9 o'clock service. You have no idea. It's throwing me off. As much as we humanly experience and can express, all right? What we perceive to be the truth or not the truth is what we believe in. Now, when I say that, it's how we perceive ourselves to be. In other words, if I perceive myself to be healthy and harmonious and creative and to be and live in that spiritual authority, if I believe that that's who I am, I will begin to express that from the inside out. Does that make sense? But if I perceive myself as, are you ready for the labels? Too old, too tired, too this or too that, then my perception will become my continued experience. Be careful how you describe yourself, especially in your own mind. Because the description you have for yourself and the self-talk that we give ourselves when we look in the mirror or avoid the mirror, whatever that is, it will continue to be our outward experience. So listen to what you're saying about yourself, and of what you're saying about yourself, do you want that to continue to be true? Or is there something within you that needs to really reframe the conversation and begin loving yourself even deeper, even though there may be things going on in your experience, but you have to love yourself even more. This is the oxymoron. Sometimes when things go bad, we get angry at ourselves for them being bad, and we don't have that conversation of self-talk to love. Now, if someone else is hurting, what do you try to do? You try to help them and love them. But when we're hurting ourselves, what do? We go, oh my God, I'm just getting older. This is just the way it is. Oh my God, is this a glimpse of my future? That's the dialogue we have. Instead of having the supportive dialogue that you would give a friend, we have to have that supportive internal dialogue. Does that make sense at all to you? Good. I cannot claim to have had any revelations in my life, but when I think of what God said to Abraham in Genesis, maybe there is something to it. And I thought about this. Genesis chapter 12, verse 1. The Lord said to Abraham, "Depart from your country to a land that I will show you." That doesn't mean this isn't a giant relocation plan. It means depart from your country, depart from your normal routine, and trust the universe to show you a new experience. That's what that verse means to me. If you take it, especially because it's in Genesis, which is the beginning, right? Leave your comfort zones and allow yourself to know that there is a new land waiting for you. And that land is one that begins where? In mind and in consciousness first. So as we depart our old country and our old ways of doing things, we can arrive at a new land, so to speak, at a new idea where we can reside in faith established by our new idea. Does that make sense to you? Okay. Together, please. I am a beneficent, divine presence, living, learning, loving, and growing into ever richer manifestations of harmony, oneness, and beauty. When is the last time you looked in the mirror and you said, I am beneficent? Anybody? I am a divine presence. When is the last time you had that internal dialogue? Never. Never. Someone just said never. Never. Imagine that. Why don't we have this dialogue with ourselves? You know, I know why. My therapist told me why. I did. Oh, I have no qualms about it. I love my therapist. He's great. Everybody needs. If you've had a life without therapy, you need therapy. Amen. No, that's good. I like that. Good. Audience participation on therapy. Where was I going with this? My therapist told me what? I forgot my idea. What's that? Self-talk. What? I forgot what it was. Oh, why don't we say this to each other? Okay, now I know why. See, that's why I need therapy. Can't remember it. Anyway, that's why I have to write this stuff down. Write this stuff down. It's because we were never taught to think of ourselves that way, because if you did, people would think you're conceited. There would be an arrogance about you that would make it intolerable for other people, right? You would be a show-off, and who likes a show-off? Well, guess what? They're wrong. The universe wants you to show off the very best of who you are, not to stay hidden under some sheet somewhere, covered up in blankets. No. If anything, we're to live out loud even more now than ever. Because if not, the other people who are living out loud, screaming things we don't agree with, are very loud. We need to be heard and also know that we are standing in our truth. Does that make sense? We were programmed not to think these things about ourselves, but if you did, you had to be really careful. You were kind of kept under control with that. You say, don't say that out loud, honey. You don't want your head to get too big. You can't fit in the door. All those things that we were taught. Those are crazy. What we've actually taught ourselves and our kids, and I think I probably did this to my own kid, is don't get too big. Wow. Why would we do that to each other? Are you following me? When faith is not blind, but laced with the grounded understanding of the interaction of love and law, this is what we can truly take one beyond logic, or the tug of personal fear, resistance, and reasons for not doing something. So, I'm not talking about blind faith. I know a lot of people go, you know what, it's blind faith. I'm going to just take the step. I want you to have faith that is laced with grounded understanding, not blind. I'm not a real fan of blind faith. I'm a faith of, you know what you know. Now walk. Trust and walk. When you know what you know, don't say, I'm just stepping out on blind faith. No, you're stepping out on real faith. In the absence of that, you will hear a tug of war in your brain. Does anybody ever have I told my therapist about my tug of war. Anybody have a tug of war going on in your brain? If you do, say amen. Amen. Oh, see, more therapy. All right. There's personal fear. There's this tug of personal fear that goes on. Fear, faith, fear, faith. And then you're like, resistance. Oh my God, resistance. No, be in the flow. No, I got to resist. I mean, we have this dialogue that goes on in our minds all the time. If we could just step out in real faith, not blind faith, it would eliminate all of our excuses for not taking an action. And that's the takeaway from this moment, from this slide, is the excuses that we use not to take action are the ones that are not grounded in faith. And you have it. Put it to you this way. You have proof that it works. You know why? You're still here. Right? You're still here. This is still pumping. There's still air coming inside and out of you. Some of us still have hair growing, right? Not in the right places, but it's moving. So when you have this going on, you're still very much alive. Very much alive. When was the last time you had a just do it experience of breaking boundaries and eagerly embracing the unknown with the faith of God as me paving the way? When is the last time you had that, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. And I'm not talking about, I'm going to put my waffle in the toaster, not that kind of do it. I mean talking about some decision that you said, I'm going to go on a vacation. I'm going to do it. I'm going to put my deposit down. I'm going to go. I'm going to do this. I'm going to rekindle a relationship. I'm going to look for romance. Ooh. That's a whole nother talk. And a lot of therapy. All right. But think about it. If you began to have, if you looked at something like just do it. Jim, you just had to just do it. Jim, buddy of mine. Just do it. He's like, you know what? We're moving. We're good. We're going to go to Idaho. Idaho. We're moving to Idaho. The house is going up for sale. Going to do it. Made a decision. Did it. Now, in escrow right now, going to close. I'm going to miss him dearly, but I know he'll be on the stream. But guess what? There was a decision to just do it. If you sit too long, you begin to bury yourself. And sometimes our homes become caskets. Just saying. Our homes become caskets because we don't venture out, we don't do things. We're like, nope, not going to try anything anymore. And then we wonder why we get depressed. And we wonder why we don't grow. And we wonder why it's lonely. Well, the party's not going to show up to your door until you put out invitations. Mental invitations included. Parties just don't happen without someone saying, let's get together. So how can you expect anything different from your life? So if you go and you lock yourself up, you're locking yourself up more than just in your home. It's a consciousness that shrinks. And then you get comfortable in the smallness of that. And pushing out is a real challenge. But the problem is, there's still something within you that wants to push out, and you keep telling it to be quiet because Jeopardy's on at 7. Right? Yeah. It's like, no, I can't. Well, you can miss one. We always have the choice as to whether to follow someone else's material, physical rules, be it family, societal, tribal, or archetypes. We all have the ability to follow someone else's pattern, right? Or, and this is what I try to do, we can reach an interior agreement and identity with our divine nature. So instead of trying to do everything the way everybody else has done it, blaze a new trail for yourself. Blaze a trail for yourself when it comes to your health and your nutrition and your finances and your relationships and your creativity and your work. Blaze a new trail. You know, you can use some people as a point of reference, but don't accept their plan in its totality because then you become them. What happened to you? This essential self is what constantly holds us by reminding us that there are no disclaimers or exemptions to the universal truth and that life is consciousness. There's no disclaimer to universal truth. In other words, there is not an exception to the rule. The rule is always the rule. The rule is the law. And if you use the love and the law, you know you can manifest whatever it is you want to manifest. That's pretty simple, right? So if you boil it down to that, life is consciousness. What is your consciousness as it relates to how young, old, whatever do you feel? How vibrant, alive do you feel? It's a consciousness, and that consciousness becomes an understanding. That understanding becomes a belief, and all beliefs are then acted upon, which now makes you reacting to what could be a false understanding about yourself. Don't make me repeat that. Did you follow that? Good, because I lost my oxygen. Together, please. My spiritual mind declares it. My soul authorizes it. My body gets the message, and I am fully and totally enlivened, and I eagerly greet the day. Woo! Wow. Yes. Bravo. See? Playing the old, sorry, Amy, or Annie, didn't mean to. Playing the too old card, too late for me card does not qualify for exemption from staying in the game. In fact, from playing a bigger game than ever before. Okay? And maybe I'm talking to myself. Because I'm coming up on one of those I'm changing my box on the survey, like next month. I'm changing the box. And it's kind of, I'm changing a box. Anybody knows what it feels like to change the box, right? And then you go, wow, I'll be 55. I'm proud to say double nickels. So made it 55. I'm listening to my elders who are pretty consistent in the messaging of what it feels like to be old and get older. And so I'm listening, and yet I'm trying to listen with new ears, trying not to, accept all that they're saying about age. Does that make sense? All right. Which also means that I can't play smaller than I'm playing now. I have to expand and play bigger. So there has to be a decision to not kind of retire into things, to lay back to it, but to rewire and become bigger. In other words, the house needs a remodel with a room addition, with something new. Does that make sense? All right. You are a far deeper reflection of spirit than you were back in the day. I hear people talk about back in the day. You are a far deeper reflection of spirit than you were back in the day, and so consciously accept what spirit is doing now by means of you. Back in the day was back in the day. You're not the same spiritually aware, enlightened, enlivened person that you were back in the day. You are something totally different. Use that new frame of reference for the next thing. What I want you to take away today is the understanding that the more you make a demand on universal mind, the more you are supplied. Regardless of your age or anything physical or mental, whatever it is, the more you make your demand upon the universe to experience more in your life, the more you will be supplied with that. Don't let your age limit your requests. Push it. Push it. There is no upside to living a downside. Right? Put that in my book. All the wisdom, intelligent actions, single-minded decisions, and confident actions emerge from what you believe to be true about yourself and your life. When you make that demand upon your universe, make sure you've eliminated the old paradigm in your mind that you are now limited because of certain conditions. Remove them, release them, and say, this is my new life. And it is unfolding before me now. And these are the things that I'm doing. Don't put them out in the future. This is, I am, these are. Does that make sense? Together, please. I let go and I simply and freely welcome God, knowing and experiencing itself by means of me. I give thanks for the presence and power of divine love, light, and life, bringing the promise of heaven to earth here and now. And that's the way it really is, today, tomorrow, and always. Are you ready? This is a long one. Here we go. Together, please. This is my eternal moment of revitalization, renewal, and remembrance. This is the moment I know myself as the radiant expression of the universal wholeness. I dedicate my life from this moment forward to deepening my embodiment of the changeless love, creativity, spiritual authority, and generosity which naturally flows inward, upward, and outward by means of me. I am a beneficent divine presence, living, learning, loving, and growing into ever richer manifestations of harmony, oneness, and beauty. My spiritual mind declares it. My soul authorizes it. My body gets the message, and I am fully and totally enlivened, and I eagerly greet the day. I let go, and I simply and freely welcome God, knowing and experiencing itself by means of me. I give thanks for the presence and power of divine love, light, and life, bringing the promise of heaven to earth here and now. And that's the way it really is, today, tomorrow, and always. And so, end your lesson. Done. All right.
I think I'm going to go to John of God and ask for a spiritual facelift. I'm going to get renewed and revitalized. All right. So let's call our ushers forward, please. And so this is a very sacred time of our service. This is... You love these messages, and so what you are doing now is giving in gratitude and support of this center, knowing that your financial support of this center allows this message to go forward every week, allows the music to be here every week. We do it all because of you. So please, those of you that are live streaming, there's a donate button. There are many of you on live streaming. Please support this center. Please support this message. And let us say together our offertory prayer, please. I offer this gift with joy and gratitude. I receive freely and give freely, knowing the law of circulation is working perfectly in my life and the life of this center.
All right, here we go. Every day, here we go. We got this. Are the lyrics up, William? Here we go. You'll follow it. Every day I wake up and I say, today I love my life. Come on. Every day I wake up and I say, today I love my life. One more time. Every day I wake up and I say, today I love my life. Every day I wake up and I say, today I love my life. It's up to me to be thankful. It's up to me to be kind. It's up to me to be grateful. It's up to me. It's up to me. All right, every day, here we go. Come on, everybody, sing it with me. Every day I wake up and I say, today I love my... Come on, everybody, stand up and clap with me. I'm tired. Every day I wake up and I say, today I love my life. One more time. Every day I wake up and I say, today I love my life. Every day I wake up and I say, today I love my life.
All right. So we're going to do something different. We're going to start having people come forward carrying the money because this is your offering. I want to introduce to you Don Powell. He is on our board. He's one of your board of trustees. He's also on the Abundance Consciousness Committee. So anyway, welcome Don Powell. Thank you. So let us say our offertory prayer together, please. We bless this collective offering and receive it with gratitude, knowing it is spirit in action. As this currency flows through our center and beyond, it blesses many lives, including my own. Thank you, Don. Thank you. Thank you. At this time, I'd like to welcome our visitors. Those of you who are here for the first time, and I know there's a few of you here because our wonderful congregants have brought you here. So please don't be bashful. Please stand. We want to welcome you, and we have a gift for you. If you're here for the first time, welcome. Welcome. All right. Thank you for coming here. And we welcome you here. And if you're visiting from out of town, enjoy your stay. If you're here and you live here in the valley, please come back and make this your spiritual family and home. We'd love to see you back. This is part of our prayer team. They are over in Costa Hall, which is that building next door for those of you who are visiting. And if you are going through anything or you want to set an intention or just state your gratitude, go and meet with a practitioner. They're very powerful prayers. And so don't forget, this week we have on Wednesday our Wednesday Wisdom Service. And Tuesday we always have our grief work too. So if you're going through anything, please go to that. And my book study is going this week. I'm leaving on Sunday. So let's just do a closing prayer. And then those of you who are going to Coachella for the last night, please enjoy yourselves and be safe. All right. All right, let's do a closing. So let's just take a deep breath and just fill ourselves with that light, that love, knowing that Spirit is right here, right now, and that each one of us here is this dynamic, eternal being on this journey. We are here for a divine purpose right here and right now, and that is to be the love and the compassion wherever we go. And so we recognize that the only thing that is limiting us is our thoughts. And so we just focus and expand our awareness to what it is that we desire to see in the world, what we desire to see and experience in our own lives, knowing that our highest vision for ourselves is even minuscule to what God sees for us. So knowing that this is the truth, we live every day in that joy, that abundance, that perfection. living our lives knowing that we are the divine creators of our experiences. So grateful for it all. So grateful for everything that we experience in our lives. I just say thank you. And I release this prayer into that divine mind where God already knows that it is already done, as we say together. And so it is. Amen. Have a wonderful week, everyone.